Minto Jean was arrested and later imprisoned at 17 years old, 2 weeks before his high school graduation. Sadly, his is the story of a disproportionate number of Haitian juveniles in Florida's correctional system who have fallen prey to gangs and violence. Let's join Javier Aparici, who explores how this community in North Miami is struggling to come to terms with the problem. Let's head 26 degrees north and 80 degrees west.
A busy night for the police in North Miami. A city with a large immigrant population and a history of youth violence and crime. The police are here today collecting guns for money in this predominantly Haitian community, one of the many initiatives that have helped bring down the crime rate in Miami-Dade County. But even with fewer crimes overall, one figure remains disturbingly high: the proportion of Haitian youths behind bars. Haitians here make up under 5% of the population, but account for more than 10% of juvenile arrests, the highest percentage of any county in Florida.
It's surprising to me only in the sense that it's still a problem, because close to 10 years ago, Miami-Dade County was looking at this statistic. The sad thing is we're still seeing this, 8 to 10 years later.
Minto Jean was a poster boy for all of the factors that could lead a child into a life of crime. It started at age 6 when he witnessed his first murder.
The majority of the time, drive-bys, they happen at night. Some happen in the daytime. The one that when I see the murder, they happen in the daytime. But for most part, some of them happen at nighttime.
Minto was the second of 4 children in a household headed by a single mother. While his mother was away at her cleaning job, back home her child was forced to fight his own battles.
We getting harassed because we was a different type of black. So we got confronted with violence, we gave him back violence.
Soon he went from throwing fists to using weapons.
Ruger 45, I had a 38. 2 AK-47s. Oh, I keep it at home, but AK-47 was only for special purposes.
By the age of 17, he was behind bars, convicted of armed robbery.
I was in the county jail for 3 years, the Miami-Dade County jail for 3 years, and I probably seen, I remember like 2011 or 2006, I probably seen like that whole year, 2006, from January to December, I probably got 2 visits from a friend, 2 visits.
Haitians in Miami have come a long way since the initial wave of boat refugees in the early 80s. Many have now risen to positions of prominence, like Lucy Tondreau, the new mayor of North Miami. However, quite a few individuals in this community still face language and cultural barriers, condemning them to low-paying jobs and long hours away from home. That's taken a toll on Haitian parenting.
Haitian parents tend to arrive in the United States and maintain the mindset that they had when they were in Haiti. They assume that, it's business as usual, that, everybody's minding the store, if you will. Everyone's keeping an eye out on the children, as it was in Haiti, when in fact it's a different environment completely.
And it only gets worse when parents are undocumented.
You say, Mom, remember, you illegal here. Me, I am a U.S. citizen, I'm this and that. I can get you in trouble.
Minto Jean's mother, Christiane, to this day does not know the full extent of her son's involvement in crime. Did you know that he was shot at one point?
No, she don't know. I should do it.
Do you know? Can you show her where you were shot?
No, last time she didn't know.
The tattoos in Minto's arms recall the violence in his teenage years.
Here's my cousin Rosman. He died in the drive-by. My good friend Ansi, he died not in a drive-by, but it was a shootout. He died in a shootout. And Stanley, he killed himself. He committed suicide.
Sports offer a good alternative for kids in this Haitian community.
try to keep them away from the guns, the drugs, keep them in school. It's like a therapy they doing, you know, keeping their mind free, keeping them focused at home, you know, focused in school.
A federally funded gang prevention program known as the Panzu Project also helped counsel at-risk Haitian children and their parents.
And the model is pretty much primary prevention, secondary prevention, intervention, and then re-entry, which is when they're returning back to the community from confinement.
Minto participated in the Panzu Project when he left prison 3 years ago, which helped him turn his life around. He recently converted to the Jewish faith and now speaks publicly about his experience.
For me, the only thing I can really say is I regret some of the stuff I did, but I don't regret it to the point because they really made me who I am.
But now the Panzu Project has been discontinued because of lack of funding. And the concern is that now even fewer programs stand ready to prevent Haitian youths from falling through the cracks.
We're going to have to redouble our efforts to ensure that this trend doesn't continue in a downward spiral. Because overwhelmingly I see a generation in danger, at risk of just populating the jails and the prisons of the United States.
Figures from the Miami-Dade County Juvenile Services Department show 553 arrests of Haitian juveniles in 2012. Also, although the overall crime rate has been going down for the last few years, among Haitians the reduction has been the slowest in comparison with all other ethnic groups.
The preceding segment was brought to you by
JN International Money Transfer.
Finally, a way to help control your diabetes. Introducing Caribbean Dreams Cinnamon Mint Diabetic Tea. Caribbean Dreams Cinnamon Mint Diabetic Tea is all natural and sweetened with Stevia Leaves, a plant sweetener that's safe for diabetics. Cinnamon increases the body's ability to regulate blood sugar. Peppermint is high in antioxidants and soothes the stomach. Take control of your diabetes with Caribbean Dreams Cinnamon Mint Diabetic Tea.
'Twas a night when all was still, that pastry passions experienced a thrill. It could have been the beautiful cakes that made this special little doll awake. A night to indulge in freshly baked products and desserts was enough to make this doll smirk. Now I see why even she couldn't resist taking a bite from the goodies on the Pastry Passions list. Pastry Passions is everybody's passion.
So this is where we bring 18 Degrees North to a close for this week. Join us online, look us up on Twitter, on Facebook. We're there to get your story ideas and to keep all of us connected to the Caribbean. From all of us here at 18 Degrees North, thanks for watching. I'm Zara Burton. See you next time.
18 Degrees North is a production of Global Reporters for the Caribbean in association with
Grace and JN International Money Transfer.